Here's a verse-by-verse connection of the Old Testament quotations and allusions found in Mary's Magnificat from Luke 1, with their corresponding verses from the Bible.
Luke 1:46-47 And Mary said, My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit has rejoiced in God my Savior.
Old Testament connection.
1 Samuel 2:1 My heart rejoices in the Lord. My horn is exalted in the Lord. I smile at my enemies, because I rejoice in your salvation.
Luke 1:48 For he has regarded the lowly state of his maidservant. For behold, henceforth all generations will call me blessed.
Old Testament connection.
1 Samuel 1:11 And she made a vow, saying, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your maidservant and remember me, and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and no razor shall come upon his head.
Luke 1:49 For he who is mighty has done great things for me, and holy is his name.
Old Testament connection.
Psalm 71:19 Also your righteousness, O God, is very high. You who have done great things, O God, who is like you.
Luke 1:50 And his mercy is on those who fear him from generation to generation.
Old Testament connection.
Psalms 103:17 But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children.
Luke 1:51 He has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in the imagination of their hearts.
Old Testament connection.
Psalms 89:10 You have broken Rahab in pieces, as one who is slain. You have scattered your enemies with your mighty arm.
Luke 1:52 He has put down the mighty from their thrones, and exalted the lowly.
Old Testament connection.
1 Samuel 2:7 The Lord makes poor and makes rich. He brings low and lifts up.
Luke 1:53 He has filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he has sent away empty.
Old Testament connection.
Psalms 107:9 For he satisfies the longing soul, and fills the hungry soul with goodness.
Luke 1:54 He has helped his servant Israel, in remembrance of his mercy.
Old Testament connection.
Psalms 98:3 He has remembered his mercy and his faithfulness to the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God.
Luke 1:55 As he spoke to our fathers, to Abraham and to his seed forever.
Old Testament connection.
Genesis 17:7 And I will establish my covenant between me and you and your descendants after you and their generation, for an everlasting covenant, to be God to you and your descendants after you. Psalms 105:8 and 9 He remembers his covenant forever, the word which he commanded, for 1,000 generations, the covenant which he made with Abraham, and his oath to Isaac.
These verses from the Bible reflect the themes and sentiments echoed in Mary's Magnificat, illustrating the deep roots of the New Testament in the Old Testament scriptures.